Howdy everybody. This is day 11 of my 25 days of Christmas 2023, and that means there's only 14 more days to go until Christmas. Well, in theory, since I am doing this on the 9th of December, so what I've got here is a snowflake trinket box. And that's the design on the lid. I will be doing this in just clear epoxy resin with some glitters. Now I don't want the glitters really floating around a whole lot, so what I want to do is I'm going to sprinkle some of these glitters into each of these, let it fall where it may, and well, hopefully the outcome will be what I'm looking for. But we all know that resin does its own little thing, and so I am also doing something slightly less traditional in color. I do have the silver, I do have the gold, I have white holographic, and I am going to put purple holographic into this time. Wow, this camera just hates focusing, I know. There we go. So, and this is really holographic. It's an iridescent one with pinks in it, and I don't know why they put pink in it, but it'll go along with that purple pretty well. Can't even catch that on camera very well. There we go, a little bit. See if I can bring it up and get better. So you can see that. There we go, focus in. Okay, so it'll go well with the purple. I'm going to put my mask on for the glitters, of course, because I don't breathe that stuff in. Got bad enough lungs. Okay, I have my mask on now, and this is extra fine. And it's just going to be a sprinkle type of situation, so we just move that out of the way. And we're going to sprinkle some of this in, let it catch the sides of the mold. Excuse my frog. That little guy lives there forever, doesn't he? We're going to do each and every side like this. With each color. I kind of got a lot in there, so I'll shake it around a little bit before I pour the resin in. Now everybody thinks about getting a shaker for these kinds of things. I don't think that's a smart idea, because then that causes the glitter to float in the air more. Tilt that way a little bit. I mean, it's a nice concept to be able to just shake it in, but, you know, not risk too much dumping. But I wouldn't want it floating around in the air really bad. Okay, so we got some in that. A little bit on top here, which is actually the inside bottom. Whoa, there we go. Would you like a little bit of resin to go with that glitter? Okay, that's enough of that one. Now this is the chunky holographic silver. And yes, just a little bit into each and every little area. The chunky will tend to sink to the basic top of the little tray or box. So I don't mind it dumping just down in there. Okay, looks like we're pretty good down in there. You really got to keep track of where you're trying to throw that stuff in at. Don't mind opening and closing it over the box because that's where it's going. Oh, you know what I'm forgetting? The lid. Yes. Alright, we're going to turn this a little bit sideways and just go ahead and tap some in. Alright, get down in there. Seems to be bouncing off and hitting the mat most of all. So I'm going to try squishing it open a little. That's what happens when all of your sources, your areas, happen to have static. Let's get that moved down through there. Oh boy, look at that, it's just everywhere down there. Sorry, I moved it out of the way, but let's get that there taken care of. See if we can go ahead and shake a little bit more into the mold. It's the bigger mold. Yes, I'm going to have a job cleaning up. I know that. But such is a crafter's life when they use glitter. Hopefully the chunkies will get down in there. Well, it's just really bouncing right off of the mold. Let's try to get some of the chunkies down. Okay, I think that's good enough. Never seen that happen. Just bounce right off there. But a little bit of gold first into here, so I don't forget. Gotta be careful, that's where my resin is, and it's warming up right now. No, it's not. I didn't turn on the mat itself. Okay, now it's warming up. Okay, the chunky wants to fly out. Okay, lift, sprinkle. There are definitely times when a lot of glitter will do, but this one I'm trying to make it look delicate. I'm not sure I'm going to make it quite well, but I'm going to give it a try. Look at that, I got a sparkle on me. Okay, chunky gold. And since it seems to bounce off and move around, I'm just going to put it there. Okay, that's one side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, gold is done. Now comes this beautiful iridescent white. I do like this one quite a bit. And I'm just going to sprinkle it kind of liberally in here. Let the resin move it around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And yes, I went over my fingers. I felt it. Because I have to look pretty too. Okay, now, the non-traditional. Let's do some purple in here. And this is just the chunky and fine mixed together. Don't want a whole lot, but I do want that purple in there. Let's see, I got to mix that around a little bit because all I'm getting is the chunky. So let's try to get some of the smaller sparkle in there too. Of course, the resin as it pours will take most of that purple over the side. Flip that around. La la da dum. La la da dum. Dum dum. Dum de dum. Dum de dum. Da de da. De dum. You do do. La 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 la. Okay. Kind of move it around a little bit inside. Let it mix really well. And now I'm going to put you on pause while my resin heats up the rest of the way, and I'll go ahead and use some tape and clean up my table mess here, and I'll be back. Alright, I have my resin made up. It is mixed, and I only made 100 ml, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to end up being enough. So I will end up having to pause and mix some more resin. But for now, we're going to fill the lid and get that done. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I would like to take the resin and spread it around as well as I can without spilling it all over. And I'm going to press these little areas here to try to get the bubbles out. And usually that doesn't work all the time. And so you got to kind of press them in there and tilt at the same time, because all it does is move the bubble around the under edge. So when that happens, you want to take your little stick here, whatever you can find to lift that lid edge, and lower it down slowly. Same thing on all areas. Pressing down just as you go, just a little bit, so that the only thing that sucks back into there is resin. There's a big bubble right there. And we're going to, direct it right on out. Another air pocket right here. Okay. And then of course, I'm going to take and go around all the outside edging at the bottom, which is at the top of the lid, of course. Try to release any of those bubbles that are caught at the bottom there. Stir this up just a little. Okay. Now we're going to add some more resin, and we're going to dome it so that there's no sharp edges at all if possible. That way we don't have any problem when it starts shrinking. I'm checking the level real fast here. It could definitely use a little bit. Okay, going to check one more time here. A little bit more. Let's check again. Almost. Now set it back down again, check again. Oh, that's beautifully done. Okay. Make sure there's no bubbles sitting around. Almost reached that side. Almost. Very close. I'm too heavy-handed sometimes. I'll admit it. Okay, now we're just going to pour from the top and allow it to spread downwards. I'm going to stop it right there for a moment and go after any bubbles that could be trapped down at the bottom. And you don't want to just check the outside rim. You do that first. But you also want to check that inside rim too. Excuse me. And this will help spread your glitter around. Well, that is if you want it spread around. Alright, I think that's going to be okay. Here we go. Oh, that's just terrible. I'm just a little bit shy. But that's why I have the resin in the bottles warming still. Okay, here we go. I'll pause you real fast, get that next resin warmed up, or not warmed up, but mixed, and I'll be right back. After I wipe off my hands so I don't hit my mouse with the gooeys. And the back. Okay, I did come in and notice one thing. This tried to have an eruption. Let's see if I can get that to focus in. And get it in the right spot. See where it's kind of poked out right there? Now get it down there. It tried very hard to do an eruption there. And right here. This one's not as pronounced, but you can see where it's bumped out. There, focus is in. So I don't know what's going on with my house or what, the area maybe, but yeah, I'm starting to get a little weirded out by that kind of stuff. The only thing I can think of is that it is probably something to do magnetically with the Earth's field. And it's not like I don't live close to a big old volcano. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. Okay, so let's get to the smaller items. They are set, but some are a little bit bendy still. And I'm checking the poinsettia over real fast. No holes, but the, well, okay, there's a hole right here. I can't tell it though because of all the glitter. And it did sink, of course. So that actually turned out quite pretty. Let's do the snowflakes next. As soon as I start talking, those dogs start walking. Okay. Alright, that one I think no, I actually got the little ring too. For it to hang from. Okay. Get this one out. Sadly, I still had too much that backed down over this one, so I have some to clean out of here. But it's really soft, so it's very pliably ripped out. Okay, that's gone. Tries to focus on everything else down there. There we go. And then there's this one here. Alright, this one here. Yes, it got its little hanger piece done. You can almost barely tell it. They are very tiny. They're going to need very extremely small jump rings. And it's right in this little section right here. Okay. Let's not do the deer just yet. Let's do the two snowflakes. Wow. Those are pretty. Get some of that sparkle in there. Let's do the little deer. I do think I covered up his little hanger. Looks like the bottom one kind of got a little bit through. But it looks like I got the deer's hanger too. Boy, those those big glitter pieces, boy, they are bigger than that deer, I think. Get that little piece out of there. Oh my gosh, look at that piece of glitter still hanging in there. Okay, got those out of the way. And oddly enough, that makes a cute little decoration type thing itself. Drill a hole in it and it'd be, or even put a post backing on it, it'd be nice as a little earring. Well, let's go with the lid. I did work really hard at trying to prevent bubbles in it. But we all know how micro bubbles themselves are. They create problems everywhere. Oh, how about we just pull them both out and then we look. Stubborn, isn't it? Well, let's just see if we can get most of these others off. And then we'll just pull off from there. Could swear I had that one loose, or was it the other one? There it goes. Okay, so there we go. And I'll set that down for 1 second. Get this turned back out. Set it with its top. Alright, here we go. Wow, nice. Got that little bit of purple sparkle to it. Just a hint of it that way. Apparently it's meant to be a little loose. But, wow, pretty. All that beautiful sparkle right here. And all I feel are what's known as glitter edging, where the glitter itself touches the mold and holds on to either micro bubbles or you can feel the glitter itself, and I think that's what I'm feeling is just the glitter itself. So there's the edge, all nice and pretty. And that was the end of day 11. I hope you all enjoyed this little video. I hope you like the pieces. I think I'm just going to stick these pieces right in here. If you like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. If you like the outcome of the item, give it a thumbs up. Of course, I want to thank my subscribers, and some of you have been with me quite a while, and yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. It isn't funny. And oh, you know, I hate asking, but if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. You know, life does change, finances do change, and sometimes some of us really need to get a little kick in the pants financially. I've got a couple of life changes coming up very soon here, and so yes, I'm going to need to make money some way. So I don't know. I'm kind of disabled, so I kind of can't work, but I still keep my good spirits and still appreciate life. So I do these things, you know. I craft. That's what I can do. And I always like to stay busy, just as much as I can. And anyway, of course, share if you choose. Leave a comment. That would be great. I would appreciate that. And if you haven't noticed and read some of the comments and everything, I do answer all the people that leave a comment. I do comment back. I love interacting with all my viewers. Of course, that's why I don't want to get too big, because I like the more personable way of dealing, you know, with comments. I don't want to have to sit there and just tick a check marks up and down all the time and not be able to actually comment back. Alright, everybody, this has gone long enough. It's 35 and a half minutes. Love you, and Peace out.